Hello, my name's Steve from K-Scale Models, and today I'm doing a video about one of the models I've made. So this is it here. It is, well, creatively titled Ship Gun. More about that in a moment. But when you go to download it, and the links will be in the description, this is a free model, it will be called Mjolnir, as in Thor's hammer. So the name basically came from me putting it up on Facebook and saying, hey, I've got no idea what to call this thing, and most people coming back with that. So that's where that came from. The little story you'll see in the actual description, that was basically everyone else's name. I just put that in because they were like giving me their time. So yeah. Now onto why this thing is called Ship Gun. You see, this bit looks familiar, doesn't it? Yeah. So what happened? I was posting up pictures of the bus ride for both the 1/10th scale, which you've seen a video of, hopefully, and the 1/20th scale, which this is a cut down version to be easier to transport to shows and stuff. And people were going, oh, that's a cool spaceship. It's not a spaceship, it's a rifle. So, yeah. Because of that, I went, you know what? Why don't I make this into an actual, like, ship? So here we go. So this is, well, you recognize that bit, but there's a few changes I've made. First off, let's start at the rear. Well, yeah, this is the rear of the weapon. Oh, the rear of the weapon. That's the front of the weapon, but the rear of the spaceship. And yeah, I've taken off the actual barrel and replaced it with a hangar bay, or at least that's what that's supposed to be, a hangar bay. Still got the barrel here. I've made a few alterations around this area just to make it easier to print, because that bit, just show you here, would end in a nice sharp bit. But that's a pain to print when you're printing it like this. So yeah, I removed that. I've also joined all the pieces, so this is like printed in one piece. Moving up to the midsection, this is just these, but I've taken off the like trigger and put an extra capacitor on, so that's like a fuel tank. And then we come to the front of the ship. So you can see this is a puller design. So quick explanation: you get pusher designs for spaceships. That's where the engines are at the back and it's pushing the whole thing. Puller designs have the engines at the front and the majority of the spaceship behind it being pulled along. Now, there's advantages with stress and strain. Sometimes you'll find that just with what you're doing, it's actually easier to rely on a puller design rather than a pusher. So yeah, it's just something that I've done a few times in Kerbal Space Program, thought was cool. And also the recent build of the Hammerhead, that one is a puller design. So yeah. Right at the front, we have a sort of hangar bay and a sort of, I don't know if this is going to be the bridge, because I've got bridge structures up the top here, but it might be some sort of like landing control bit there, or it might just be like 10 forward and restaurant at the front of the ship. So yeah, that's overall the ship. Now, just a quick word on the file. You can see here I've kind of been lazy in how I've done this. I've not renamed all the new bodies that I've created. So when you get the file, you've got two options. You've got just the regular spaceship here, or you've got one with a stand. So the stand is separate, but yeah, that is the models you'll get. So now I'm going to go over and show you the actual painted version of this, because I have actually gone and painted it this time. So back in a second. And here we are. So first off, a little bit of a size comparison. This is a penny. In case you are not from the UK and don't have a penny, this is the tank from Gundam. I just had it lying around, and that gives you an idea that this is quite small. Being that it's designed for wargaming, it's really just a very small model. Just do a quick turnaround. There. So, going over the paints used, I ended up mixing quite a bit, so I can't just say, oh, I use this paint. So this was a lightish grey that was mixed with silver and some other colours. I think I darkened it at times and lightened it at others. So you'll see edge highlighting like here. So yeah, that's a highlight. Oh, I just basically added a bit of white to it. We've got some black to sort of balance things out, and yellow down the bottom because on the original Buster rifle this would be yellow. I tried to stick kind of with the same colours, but I added in the black because it just stood out a lot better. We've got silver for the canisters here, more grey up front, and you can actually see the edge highlighting better. And then everything just, of course, panel lines with Tamiya panel liner. Oh, and one last bit, there is a bit of green in there. I think it's gunship green, but yeah, most of these colours did get a bit of a mix, so I can't really say for certain. But yeah, that's kind of me trying to emulate the wargaming style of painting where things are highlighted and blended. Yeah, overall, a lot of fun. I've not really done something like this before where I've kind of kit bashed something to this sort of level, although it's not strictly kit bashing because whilst I have reused, say, this part is completely on my own making. I didn't go find a box or something to stick on the front. So yeah, I'd highly recommend remixing files like this. It's always a bit of fun just to mess around and make your own things. And yeah, a lot of things could be turned into starships. For now though, I'll have to thank you for watching, and I'll leave you with some pictures of the model.